Hey YouTube, this is D-Brow again. I'm doing a second video on the Alienware m14x R1 as per the suggestion of a couple of people wanted me to do things like the specs and all the things around the outside. So I'll go ahead and start with what's on the outside of the case. On the top here you've got a really nice finish, almost like rubbery, but not really. I mean, you can tell it's still plastic, but it feels really top-notch and top quality. On the sides here you've got a bunch of ports. Let's see if we can get closer in on that. Let's see, here you've got your standard VGA port for a monitor. Right here you've got an HDMI port which supports up to 7.1 surround sound, so the sound card in there seems to be pretty damn good. Right next to that, right here, we've got a mini display port for monitors as well, and we have a powered USB port. This can be used while the laptop's off, you know, to power your phone, iPod, whatever the hell you want to use. Right next to that, we've got a microphone port and two headphone ports. You know, I know personally that comes in use in like an airport if you're watching a movie and, you know, you got someone sitting next to you who wants to join you, your sister or your girlfriend, whatever it might be. Right next to that, we have a card reader which supports SD and a couple other formats that I haven't really tried out yet. And below that, we have a spot for a SIM card, so you can use 3G connectivity or 4G if you have it in your area. If you have the WiMAX feature turned on, and the WiMAX feature actually is built into the top of your monitor, and if you didn't configure it that way when you bought it, you're kind of SOL. If you wanted to get it afterwards, you're going to have to send Alienware your laptop again and buy a separate monitor, and while the upgrade is only like 20 bucks when you're configuring it, it's going to turn into a $400 or $500 purchase. So if you didn't get it, you know, jailbreak your iPhone or root your Android phone so that you can tether it, because who the heck wants to pay for all that? On the front here we've got these two grills, and in the m18x and I think even the m11x, I'm not 100% positive about that, these are actually air vents. Here they're strictly cosmetic and they do light up and you can change the colors and things like that, but they really serve no purpose other than that. Moving around to the other side of the case, we have two USB 3.0 ports, which this is one of the first laptops I've seen with it. I know that there are some other ones out there and this isn't the first by any means, but USB 3.0 is incredible, and if anybody says any different, they haven't used it yet. Right here we've got a gigabit connection port for Ethernet, and right next to that we have a security lock. I've personally never used them, but I heard they work pretty well. And last but not least, on this side we have a slot loading CD drive, which also burns DVDs and things like that. Moving around to the bottom, we have right here a speaker, and if you take off the back casing, which is just really, it's just two screws, you slide the whole thing back and it just comes right off really easily. But right here, this speaker is part of the Klipsch 2.1, and it is actually incredible. The bass on it booms pretty nice considering it's a laptop, and the sound is just awesome, which is needed to drown out the fans, which there is one fan that you can see here, and this one over here is not a fan, it's just kind of a grill for cosmetic purposes. So that is the outside of it, and you can configure this in several different configurations, but let's see, mine is, I've got a Core i7 2630QM at 2 gigahertz, which has turbo boost up to 2.9 gigahertz, and it's got 8 cores, 8 threads, obviously, it's only a quad-core processor. We have the 555M NVIDIA processor. I chose to go with the 1.5 because if you actually find a game that utilizes the 3.0, you're going to throttle yourself with something else in the computer, whether it be the processor or something. There's no need to get a 3 gigabyte NVIDIA graphics card in a laptop. I think that it's kind of overkill and kind of pointless, but you know, to each their own. It's about 150 bucks extra. Let's see, what else do I have? I also have, like I said in my last video, I have the 500 gig Momentus XT solid state hybrid drive, which is absolutely incredible. I highly recommend it unless you're going to go with a solid state option, which is a lot pricier, and in order for it to really be anything more than a netbook, you're probably going to have to go to at least 256 gigs, which you're going to run yourself close to 500 bucks if you do that. So I recommend the Momentus XT. A lot of storage space for a really reasonable price, and you don't sacrifice on speed at all. So if you have any questions or want to see some different reviews, I think next I might do my Evo 3D, but who knows. So please subscribe and let me know what you think. Later.